Alrighty, hello again, and welcome to another illegally cited Twitch stream. This is Jesse here, and this is kind of just a last-minute decision. I was toying with the idea of streaming something since I had today off, but, you know, I figured I would either do a stream today, or I would start one of the E3 streams chatting a little bit about WWDC. I don't really know what I want to listen to for either like a podcast or an audiobook at the moment, so I figured, you know, let's just toy around with this little game that I have been playing off and on, and it's kind of ridiculous when you think about it, but it's oddly kind of relaxing. I have a spotlight video hopefully coming out here fairly soon, but we're going to check out just a chill game and chat about some WWDC stuff for a little bit. We're going to look at PowerWash Simulator. It is actually in early access at the moment, and it is exactly what you think it would, what the title would suggest it would be. And I've seen a lot of people actually talking about it on Twitter. It's even been on a few podcasts that I've heard lately, like, oh, I'm kind of just hopelessly addicted to this game. So last year, I had started this, I had played this house flipper where you are renovating and doing certain things to houses so that you could resell them, redecorating them and buying them, redoing them and all kinds of stuff. And this is sort of an extension of that, except for like you just have either vehicles or areas. Like we have a career mode here, we've got our tablet, which is our main menu, and these are ones that are currently in progress. I'm so close to a lot of these, but I can't find that last percent as a low vision thing. It's a little tricky to figure out. So let me go, let's go home, and let's just go to free play. I'll go into one of the areas that I've already done, just to so I can show you a little bit. So we can go to locations, let's say, and we could do a house. Let's do, we could do the backyard, and let's do restart job, because I've been playing this for a little while. And you got your basic controls here. And the first thing that I want to know is, I understand that places get dirty, but damn, man, like, what did these people do to their yard? Look at their backyard. I mean, we have this this stone gravel pathway, but everything looks like it has been just caked with dirt or what have you. I mean, the fence, which is supposed to be this nice wooden fence, it looks like it was like torched or something, and there's like ash or something all over it. I mean, it's just black. You've got the whole kind of gravel-ish, or no, this is more of like a stone, but you got the gravel here, then you got the stone area. You got a little pond thingy down there. You've got a little picnicky area, which is weird because, okay, you have the picnic area here, but then why would you put the grill way over there? I mean, I guess it's on its own thing. I mean, you want to have room for all the guests and everything, but you could put the grill right in the corner there, and then it would just be, boom, right near your table. I mean, sure, I guess, but you've got your grill, you got your little birdhouse thingy over here. You got a little toy car that's filled. Again, everything is just, and the funny thing is, like, the grass is totally fine. Like, you think the grass would look like complete garbage, and you would have to like replant grass or something, because like everything itself is, everything that's not grass is just utterly filthy. And then the house itself is perfectly clean. So you have this, it's just a really weird thing when you actually think about it and you look around the environment. You're like, oh, okay, you got this really clean house, but then everything else is just caked with God only knows. But basically, we have a we have different like nozzles. We have different pressure washers, or power washers as they call them. We always call them pressure washers around where I grew up. And I have used one before. They're kind of fun actually, and holy crap, they are powerful. But there is something kind of fun, kind of cool about it. So yeah, we have that. We have different hoses and extensions that we can do. You see my crosshair, or my little aiming reticle there. It changes. These different nozzles, like some of them, they cover a bigger area, but you have to be closer. They're not as powerful. Some of them, they just dig in there and they'll get all the grime if it's stuck in there, but it doesn't do that wide of an area. So, and you can rotate 90 degrees. So a lot of these, I can just whoosh, it'll be really good. And like I said, I can go to my tablet here. I've got all kinds of different things that I can, well, actually some of those aren't available in free mode, but they are in career. Like you have a shop where you can buy attachments and things, but anything that I've unlocked in the career mode, or the whatever they call it, campaign, career, whatever, it just appears in free play, and you can just replay any setting that you want. You got some nice ambient noise around the background here. So, you know what? We got we got a big mess ahead of us. So let's just do what we can. Probably won't get 100%. Probably won't even get to all of it during the stream because there's a buttload to clean. But, we'll just take this chill game and let's talk about Apple's keynote today for WWDC. We got E3 and Summer of Gaming later this week, as I talked about. But first event of the week, WWDC Keynote. And they talked about all of their iOS, macOS, iPadOS, watchOS, a lot on security, a lot on health. Just a lot of different things per usual. So we got to look at iOS and iPadOS 15. I already forgot what the Mac is called. Some destination that I totally forget about. There we go. Gate is cleaned. I'm trying to remember if this top part, and if I hit tab, you see the glowy orange. It's great when you have a whole bunch of stuff to clean, but when you have, like, it'll blend into the environment, and like there'll just be a little tish of like orange in the wood, let's say, and depending on the sunlight of the level, it can be a little hard to see, or like there'll be just this little thing in the corner. And that's, I'll show you on one of the levels that I'm currently working on in career mode. But it's really frustrating because I don't know what, I can't find the thing that they want me to clean. And it seems like right now you have to get like 100% now in order to unlock some of these later levels. And before it was like, oh, get 50, 80% of the way through, and you'll get some text in your tablet saying, oh, hey, we have this other job for you. So that is one thing I really hope that they change, as far as like, don't make it so you have to get 100%, or make it a little bit easier to understand. So like I said, I can go into my details here, and it tells me all of the different things in the environment that I have to clean, and it'll give a percentage. And on the left, some of them will say like 2 of 4, 10 of 12, whatever. And that's good. That is very helpful. But sometimes you're like, oh, wooden beam. Which one? There's like 20 of them. So it can be a little bit harder. Like sometimes I'm not quite sure what they're referring to when they say something. So I'm stuck on one right now. But anyway, enough babble about the game. Let's chat about WWDC a little bit more. So Yeah, WWDC. It started they always seem to start it with something kind of goofy. This one, they're like, oh yeah, how do we start it? Let's have our app developers talk about how we're going to do this. And then, like the first one was like this, it starts with a black screen and the DeLorean. I'm like, okay, I like where this is going. But then they just did a bunch of other like goofy things. I'm like, yeah, sure, whatever. Just a bunch of fluff. But they led off with iOS, which was the main one that I was, iOS and iPadOS, which is primarily what I was interested in. And there are going to be some very nice things in iOS, actually. One in particular that I am very, very intrigued, especially after you combine what they've already done in iOS 14 with like reading images. In iOS, if you have voiceover on, some of that stuff, the image descriptions, they're actually adding what they call live text, which is basically an extension of what they're already doing for voiceover accessibility. You're going to be doing OCR of using a camera-based app like the camera or anything that uses that. Or you can, oh, here we go, that's what's wrong. It's all gunked up there, I think. Actually, yeah. There we go, let's get that. A little more pressure, there we go. Now we got it. There we go, flip our thing there. But they're taking this OCR concept and not just applying it to voiceover, they're actually making it mainstream. So, like, everybody gets to take advantage of it, not just on the camera app, but also in pre-existing images, in your camera roll, and in other apps. So I think like Safari and Mail and all of those types of things. It's basically this live text thing, and you snap a picture or whatever, or you use an existing photo, and it'll take a picture and it'll OCR, grab text out of it. One example that they used was in, like you're in a group and you have been doing a bunch of stuff on a whiteboard, and you have this and it even, I gotta double check it again, but I think it was like handwritten text. So if they're doing it for handwriting, they're almost taking what they were doing in Seeing AI and applying that into an internal iOS feature. So it literally took this whiteboard, he took a picture, and it OCR'd the text. It appeared as text. He could then copy and paste it into like an email message and send it out to the group that was working on this group team project. So that was really cool. And then you also had a thing where what he would do is he had a picture of a business or something, and there was a phone number like on one of the signages, and so he took the picture, or he zoomed in, he saw the phone number, and then he was just able to call that phone number from right there. So again, that was pretty cool. Now, I wonder if you will have to be zoomed in, or if you're zoomed out a little bit, because a blind person isn't necessarily going to know. Like a low vision user, they might have a chance, but a totally blind person, they may not know there's a sign there. So do you have to be zoomed in a certain level for the OCR to properly recognize text well enough? That I don't know. But when the public beta comes out in July, rest assured, I will be on the case, and I will be trying that out in some different scenarios and seeing what I can come up with. Now, I probably won't be able to, well, actually, I'm not sure if I will be how much I'll be able to talk about, because if it's a public beta, I should be able to talk at least some about it. I probably will wait until the full reveal, or the full public availability of iOS before I really cover it, but I will definitely be communicating with Apple's feedback and feedback hub and everything to suggest improvements or fixes and, you know, stuff for a blind and low vision audience, which you know, the way that Apple's been doing things, you know that at least this feature's gonna pretty well work for voiceover users. So I'm not worried about that. Like, Apple's been really good, to their credit, you know, if they're doing a new device, if they're doing a new feature. You know, there's been even like last year when I was surprised as heck when they did the image recognition, and then I had like the magnifier app open and I forgot I had voiceover on, and lo and behold, it was actually telling me stuff in the camera. I'm like, oh, I didn't even expect it to go that far. So that is my number one iOS 15, iPadOS 15 feature that I am very much looking forward to playing with. This live text, taking OCR mainstream. See, what helps one group can help everybody. How about that? What a novel idea, right? So that was really cool. They didn't really mention anything specific or too much about accessibility. They did have one thing about the AirPods that was like, I don't remember exactly what it was called, but basically it was like this enhanced listening mode where it would try to focus on the sound that was in front of you. So when you were having a conversation, and if you were a little hard of hearing, it would focus ahead of you and try and allow just that sound to come through your AirPods a bit more, which is a good idea. But here's my problem. Here's my problem with that whole thing. I like that they're doing this stuff, but I wish that there were more. I wish they would either encourage and assist other manufacturers in supporting whatever their U1 stuff is, or whatever technology they need for, let's say, the surround, you know, the 3D audio, or this enhanced listen mode, because not everybody likes earbuds, and not everybody wants to pay $550 for the AirPods Max. I absolutely love my aftershocks, especially these open comms, man. I got a review for these coming up. I'm trying to remember, did I even upload that video yet? I got to unlock it for you guys at some point, but I do have, actually no, I haven't recorded that one yet, I don't think. But I have these headphones, and I've done reviews on the Aftershok's products before, but the main problem that I had with them, just like most Bluetooth headsets, this microphone just sucks, because it picks up almost more of the background noise than it does you. So, but these open comms, they're basically everything good about the Aftershok's, but with a decent mic. And I mean, I've done dishes while talking on the phone, or was cooking. You know, I ran water. Was using the garbage disposal. A friend of mine has them, and he was using them. You know, before, when he would use his other ones out, I always get so annoyed with him, because he would like use them on the bus, or by, you know, walking down the sidewalk, and there's like traffic and wind and all this crap that would just like, dude, you sound like garbage. Like, it's so obnoxious. And with these new ones, like, you don't really hear it much. It's actually pretty impressive. They finally got one working. So, but getting back to Apple's point, I wish that it wasn't just their stuff. I mean, I know you want to support your stuff, but like, not everybody wants to own, like, there's so many brands, there's so many earbuds or over-the-ear headsets, or even bone conduction in the Aftershok's case. There's so many out there that I really wish that some of these features weren't just exclusive to the AirPods. I don't like earbuds. I never have, probably never will. Maybe there'll be something that'll get me to like them. I'm just afraid I'll lose the damn things because they'll fall out of my ears. You know, they like the Aftershok's, they got a headband on them and they just sit around the back of your head, so you're not going to lose them. But I know, especially in the wintertime, if I was trying to wear them out like in public transit or something, I would lose the damn things. One would fall out, I'd lose it in the snow, and then God only knows what would happen. Or I don't know, I feel like it would just be a bad idea. So, you know, yeah, we're just chilling out here, cleaning our deck area with our pressure washer, or power washer, if you will. But if you have joined the chat and I just haven't seen anything, feel free to say hello. Thank you for stopping in. But yeah, that was the one main accessibility thing that I believe I saw Apple mention. You know, they kind of mentioned all the accessibility stuff last week ahead of time, so I didn't really fault them for not doing it. But I should also mention they did have audio description for their stream. So again, audio description, I imagine there was a closed captioning. I didn't really use that, but I'm almost positive that they had it. So their stream actually was very accessible. iOS, what else? They focused a lot on communication and like connection with people, especially with everyone having to be so virtual this past year, and then just going forward, making that easier, making it more fun, I guess. So they focused on like a lot on like messages and notifications, and they have this new thing where like kind of what people have been doing in many different ways, like through Discord, or there was a service that Chris and a couple friends of ours we used for a while. It was called Rabbit, but basically it synchronizes. And again, I want to know what things are supported. They said like Hulu and Disney Plus, HBO, but I doubt, or I don't know that like YouTube, or, you know, they mentioned music and stuff. YouTube Music. I don't use Apple Music. I use YouTube Music. That's kind of my musical platform right now. So I hope that that gets added. But basically, if you're on a FaceTime audio or video call, you can share these, not only share these audio or video streams, but you can share them live, essentially, so you're getting, like, everyone's getting it at the same time. Like if you're watching a movie and there's a funny joke, you're getting the punchline at the same time. You know, you're not getting, oh, this person's 10 seconds, 5 seconds behind. And that's, like I said, Chris and I have been doing that recently through Discord. It's been working great. We've watched several movies, and we watched the final, both of us, we watched the final season of the Castlevania anime on Netflix about 2-3 weeks ago that way, because he wanted to watch it, I wanted to watch it. Like, yeah, okay, we'll watch it together, sure, why not? So that worked pretty well. But, you know, if you're in the Apple ecosystem, you got a lot of friends and family in the Apple ecosystem, they're probably going to like that. Same thing with music. Apple Music, like I said, I mentioned some of the other video services, Hulu, Disney Plus, HBO Max. I don't believe I saw any. Twitch was on there, I think, so gamers can do that. And then you have the ability to share your screen as well. Now, the major question that I have about sharing, I love this idea, because this could be helpful not just for sharing, but for some of what we do, as if you are in the voc rehab field, or if you are in the assistive technology, or even just any technology training fields, or maybe you just have to help your relative. Like my mom and dad have iPhones and iPads. If they have a question and like I'm trying to explain, I'm trying to bash my head on the wall, trying to explain something that so they can understand, I can just be like, you know what, let's just connect via FaceTime audio, and then have them share their screen with me, and then I can try to do it. Now, the one question and concern that I have with this is it just going to be an image share of the screen? Because if it is, VoiceOver is not going to read that. Or is it going to share the actual contents of the screen? Because a lot of the remote options for like computers, they don't, I can crouch too, as you see. A lot of those, they don't actually share the desktop. They just basically kind of almost like an animated picture of the background. So a lot of those remote solutions, remote support and assistance solutions for computer, a lot of them are not screen reader accessible. So that's the one thing that I really kind of want to know is to what extent, if at all, is this remote support or remote feature going to be accessible via their FaceTime? If it is, it would be fantastic, because again, let's say somebody's doing training or trying to help somebody, and I could just be like, oh, okay, to share your screen, and then I can watch you do it, and I can kind of guide you. I can more easily hear or see what you're doing on the screen if you're having trouble. So, you have that. Okay, cool. We got the ground clear enough. I just saw the ground flash. We got this chair all clean. All right, 2 chairs down, 2 to go. But yeah, so they're doing stuff with all this FaceTime, and then they're doing stuff with messages. They focus a lot on pictures. Like putting group pictures together. And memories, and like sharing stuff with people via and then there's like a grid view in your messages, sort of a thing, so like you can see people better. Some of that I'm sure it's fine. I'm not personally, I don't care about it all that much. I mean, I'm sure it's fine. I'm sure it works decent enough, but I don't do a lot of that type of group social stuff. But they're doing a lot of things to where, kind of like what Zoom and Teams are doing, Apple seems to just trying to be catching up to that a little bit. And so they're kind of doing their own spiel, as it were, trying to make their messages and FaceTime, all their kind of Apple-y things, into more of like a social network, Zoomy kind of a thing. Which, yeah, sure, I mean, I don't blame him. I mean, after this last year, I mean, God, you thought Zoom was used prevalently before. I mean, Zoom and Teams and stuff like that? Shoot, man. I can't imagine how much, I mean, their stock can almost only go down from here, because as the world opens up a little bit, like, I can't even imagine, as long as they didn't screw anything up really royally with like privacy or security. I know there was some concerns about that early on in the pandemic, and Zoom was scrambling to do some of those sort of updates, but assuming, aside from if they didn't screw anything up royally, they had a heck of a deal going on this last year. I mean, I can't tell you how many times I use Zoom for work, for a couple projects outside of work, all kinds of stuff. And then I use Teams quite a bit.
Walls Mac. Hey all.
Hey, how you doing? How are you doing? Thanks for stopping in. We're just chatting about WWDC here and playing this little game that is oddly addictive. It is PowerWash Simulator in early access on Steam. So we're just clean.
Walls Mac. So satisfying.
I know. Have you played it yet? It's so good. Like, you think it wouldn't be, or you think it would be kind of boring, but it's a great podcast and audiobook thing to do.
Walls Mac. Not yet. But this is the feeling of organizing MNMS by color, haha.
Yeah. No, it's actually really fun. Actually, let me see if this other attachment works. Let me see if this might actually do good. Okay, there we go. Yeah, there we go. Now we got this. So we're trying to get this umbrella. We need to make sure we get the stand and the pole. Oh, there we go. We got the pole now. We got that.
Walls Mac. Other hose attachments.
Yes, you have, for equipment, you have different pressure washers. I've only unlocked like the second one, but then you also have, like, I have all these different attachments that I have access to. I have different, like, actual attachment things. I've got different soaps that, like, I have an all-purpose one that I'm using here. But then there's ones that work better for, like, wood or stone or metal, that kind of a thing. Let's finish off this table. There we go. There's something satisfying about that. You see that little ching, and then it's like, you got it. All right, so we got our dining area cleaned up. But I was saying when I first started here, all of this just used to be grime, and I want to know genuinely what this family did to their house. I mean, everything, the way that building is, that shed, everything looks that nasty. Like, what? Yet the house was clean. So, like, what did these people do? I mean, I understand dirty, but man, this is just gnarly. Like, this whole gate, this whole wall over here, this fence was just awful. But okay, we got. Oh, let's finish this side. Let's finish our trellis thing here, whatever we call it. And I can hit tab, and it'll tell me, like, if there's missing or there's areas I haven't gotten, which is helpful. But on the campaign, I'm actually stuck right now because you get to like 98, 99%, and there's this one little fleck that they want you to get. And especially if you're low vision, like, I don't know where you're talking about, because I can hit escape, I can bring up, like, the details tab here, and it tells me, like, oh, these are the things that I've been working on. It tells me, like, cleaned or what percentages they are. And it'll tell me, like, what thing I have to shoot for. And it does work with Windows Magnifier. Boom. Which I commented on that a little while ago. A lot of games don't, but this one actually does work, which is great. But even with those percentages, like, I'm kind of stuck. And I can't find the one stupid thing to fully clear out an environment. I have like 3 environments that I'm working on in the campaign that I can't find that stupid last percentage. But yeah, we were talking about WWDC and what kind of people are interested in that, and what Apple was announcing, that OCR stuff that is my #1 feature that I really want to play with in iOS 15. Definitely going to get the public beta in July when it comes out. They said, just like last year, the last several years, it's coming out in July. So I'll be getting it and checking that out. Messaging, all that stuff. I mean, some of it sounds cool. Making things easier to share, that's always a good thing. But I don't get into the whole social stuff all that much. Like I said, they're trying to make all their stuff like Zoom or Teams or stuff like that. Hope everything is going well for everyone in chat. Let me know how you're doing, if things are going well. It's it's a sauna outside, so it's like 95 degrees in Minnesota right now, so it is actually quite a toasty out there. It was like 98 yesterday or the day before. So I've just kind of been rocking my AC and reading and playing some games, playing some drums, all kinds of stuff like that. And like I said, I wasn't sure what I wanted to listen to, and people generally like to hear me talk about WWDC and this kind of a thing, so I figure, let's fire up the old power washer, and we'll just relax and do some stuff on my day off here. Alright, so we got that. I think...
Caterwalls Mac, I'm from Minnesota. I heard they were having a wild heat wave.
Oh, cool. Okay. I'm not originally from Minnesota, but I've been living here for quite a while, about 11 years, and then I lived here. I lived in Florida and worked in Florida for a few years, but I've lived in Minnesota. Aside from
Caterwalls Mac, gotcha.
Originally from North Dakota, so I know all about cold and ice and misery and fun stuff. Okay, see, I needed the better nozzle because that one part was not it just wasn't coming off. I think for this stuff, I'm going to start using this thinner or this more concentrated nozzle, because this pond down here, as I get toward that...
Caterwalls Mac, Twin Cities for me. North Dakota definitely counts.
Oh yeah, it's way windier, man. Like, at least you guys had trees. Like, Minnesota has trees and stuff. North Dakota, we get a shelter belt every now and again, but it's like, oh yeah, go ahead and wait outside for the bus in the morning, and it's like 40 below wind chill, and it's blowing.
Caterwalls Mac, yes.
And it's really freaking cold.
I was just thinking about the lack of trees out there at JHA.
Uh-huh. Been there, done that, lived it. Gonna go ahead and say I don't miss that anymore. There we go, got the dog bowl. Let's finish up here. Let's just do all the dog house here. Get Fido good and taken care of. But did you check out any of the WWDC news at all today? I know you're Microsoft and everything, but it seems like they're making multitasking easier on the iPad, which I should try to use.
Caterwalls Mac, I haven't. What's the word?
Yeah, well, like I said, for accessibility, they're doing this, basically adding system-wide OCR, something to kind of like what Seeing AI does, but like with pictures, and you can use the camera, and you can actually, it basically OCRs the text in like a picture, or like you take a picture of a whiteboard or like a sign that you see on a building, and then like if it's got a phone number in it, you can just call that phone number. So that's pretty cool. Like I said, a lot of they're trying to make their FaceTime more like their Zoom or Teams, something like that. Apple's just trying to catch up in there, I think. Multitasking on the iPad, like, it's there currently, but it's kind of clunky, so I never really use it. I've never just gotten used to the gestures for that, but it seems like they're making that a little bit more streamlined and easier. in iOS 15, so I'm not quite sure. But that's another thing that's gonna be, I think, pretty good. No multi-user support though still. I know a lot of people want that for families, especially on iPad OS, but okay, so we got the roof done of the doghouse. There we go. Alright. Doghouse is clean, I think. We got the door, we got the front. Yeah, we got the whole shebang. Alright. Yeah, this upgraded pressure washer helps so much. The one that I had before was a piece of crap. It didn't have any pressure, so it was just... yeah, good luck. Have fun with that. You know, they had a lot of stuff on health. You know, they're with their Apple Watch and stuff like that. A lot more sleep tracking features, and I'm trying to remember what kind of health stuff, like tracking trends over time and kind of warning you about like major changes, which on one hand I see can be very helpful, and I totally get that. But on the other hand, it almost seems like just a little bit too Big Brother, because you know that like because it can be done, you know, now everyone's going to be like, well, you have to submit your thing, and you know they're going to like, so you're going to be monitored like constantly by your health provider or something. I don't know. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of good in it, but I don't want to be every little thing that I do. I don't like that being tracked all the time. But they did focus a lot on privacy, so, you know, Safari, apps, I think it's going to piss a lot of developers off in a way, because especially ones like, oh, we'll just go ahead and say Facebook, who rely on ads and tracking and sharing and all this stuff. They're already not happy with Apple. But there we go, we got our stairs. They're going to be giving users a lot more control over like what, you know, what information gets shared, what information gets tracked. And that I'm all for, because, I mean, it's so weird. How many times have you been talking about, I swear to God, like, you almost got to wonder if microphones are listening to you at all times, because like you'll be talking to a friend about something, you won't even do a web search, and then like the next day you'll be like, oh, here's this search, or here's this ad for this thing that you were just literally talking about yesterday that I totally did not do an internet search for. And I'm like, well, how in the hell did you know that? So, okay, we got that done. But, yeah. So they focus a lot on privacy, security. It is kind of neat, though. They have for, like, kids, or if you're caring for an elder, you can share some of this tracking information that you would do personally. You can share, with their permission, you can, like, kind of be a trusted member of their circle, and then, like, you know, oh, there's something major happens, like there's this new balance tracking thing for walking to prevent falls, especially helpful for seniors and stuff. So, you know, like you could get any notifications like, oh, something is happening with your grandparent or your parent or something. I mean, so there's great things about that, but I just wonder, you know, not immediately, but going forward a few years, as this gets more embedded into everything, like, Big Brother's watching, like, we're not going to insure you because you had a cookie. I'm like, I don't know. So, kind of working on this pond, which is, again, I wonder what in God's name these people did. I mean, it's just filthy. But just kind of a chill game, you know? There's my my super pressure, which we're definitely going to need down there. This one's got like a little spinny thing, so you can, it's narrow, but like it kind of just shoots it around, so it makes the pressure a little better. You got your mist here. Let's use this actually, see how well this does on this top layer. It's a good area cleaner. You hear the bubbles kind of gloobing around up there. Okay, I'm not sure what got cleaned there, what is finished. What else did Apple talk about today? They actually covered a lot. Trying to keep things to like iOS and iPadOS. That's the order that they started. I'm trying to remember if I missed anything there. I know I did. You know, new updates to weather and maps and things per usual. We'll see how accurate they are. I don't mind Apple Maps, but I've kind of been a Google Maps person for the most part. I've just found that to work pretty well. Although Apple seems to have been doing some interesting things with like public transportation stuff. So I'll have to check that out again at some point, see if it's any good. I really haven't gone hardly anywhere in like the last year. I've gone a few places here and there, but not all that much. What else? I didn't write down any notes, so I'm just kind of pulling what I remember off the top of my head. Multitasking in iOS or iPadOS. Basically you can have grouped tabs now, so instead of just regular tabs, you can have a group of tabs. So I've got like 5 tabs that I want to use for planning a trip, or I've got my school tabs and my personal tabs, those types of things. So yeah, so this stuff I'm going to have to get a little down and dirty a little bit more, because there's some stuff here that it's not coming off by conventional means, so we need a little bit more pressure to get it off. Okay, we got that. See, so like right there, that's a good example of like, I can see that pretty well, but depending on the sun, like right there, there's these little specks, and depending on the material that you're doing, it can be really tough to find that 1%. I'm in career mode and I'm stuck because I can't find this stupid like last percentage on like 3 levels. I'm so close. I almost need like a thing where like when I hit this tab key to show me to highlight unclean areas, like when it gets down to it, I wish there was a thing that would just give me like kind of an arrow to point me to, like, you know, they could say, let's say wooden pillar. Well, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4. I mean, we've got wooden pillars all over there by the fence. We've got wooden beams across the top there. It'll say like 8 of 10 or whatever. We got some over there. We've got some on these trellis things over here. So it's like, well, which one? And if you just are missing that one little speck to get it to flash, I don't know where the heck it is. So like, you almost just have to go over everything that it could be related to until you just hopefully stumble on that one little speck. And depending on what it is, it's not even just covering it, but you might have to also make sure to cover it with the right extension, because like this stuff down here, if I were to use this, well, I guess it does get some of it, but it doesn't do a good job. I need to, yeah, see, it's still, I got to get down there and just, see, I can go like that. And this one over here is at least good enough to where I can... but I have to kind of know that, and if I don't know... Like, oh, there's just this little dim spot. It can be really tough to see. Let's get the rest of these rocks before I get distracted. Okay, we got some... Yeah, see, right there underneath, there is a thing. Okay, I think we got... Oh, nope. A little bit there. It seems to be good. I'm just checking the underside of these rocks. Okay, so we're... Yeah, I'll work around the other way here. Just want to make sure we're not missing anything. I see any orange. Okay, we got some there. And they are adding extensions to Safari on all platforms, so I guess that's cool. I wonder if... I'm hoping that the Dark Reader extension that I use in Chrome and Edge, I hope that is supported on, especially on iOS, because I do use Safari on iOS a lot of the time. So if I can have the Dark Reader extension apply to all the web pages like I use in Windows and everything, that would be a wonderful thing, because dark mode all the time is good. Embrace the dark side, as it were. So we got extensions for I almost said Chrome, Safari. I'm trying to remember what else for iOS and iPadOS. Well, since we have people in the chat, what are you looking forward to this week? What are you looking forward to with E3, Summer of Gaming? I won't tell too loud. Any cool exclusives you can kind of tell me about, maybe?
Caterwall's Mac. Haha, I'm still over here trying to figure out how to get Twitch to not autoplay a stream. Too loud.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I'm not an expert on Twitch either. I just kind of set up OBS to start and go with it. I actually just, especially since they added new tags last week, I finally started adding tags to my stream the other day. So there's that. But yeah, what types of things are you looking forward to for the week of gaming ahead of us?
Caterwall's Mac, I'm so late to the party. I didn't realize that they are releasing the Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. Caterwall's Mac,
oh, I forgot about that.
I'm so stoked.
I just learned today, I even tweeted about it earlier, right before WWDC. How did I not know until this morning that No More Heroes 1 and 2 is coming to PC? I'm so going to play that. I have it on my Switch, but those were just fun Melee games. I mean, Travis was kind of a dick, but, I mean, it was a funny game. It was a funny game, and just the lightsaber combat was super satisfying, especially on the Wii. But yeah, I've always wanted to cover that on the channel and possibly even stream, so yes, that comes out like in 2 days, and I'm definitely going to play like... My pile of shame is so bad right now. There's just so many things coming out, and like 800 games that I haven't even gotten around to yet, literally for years, so plenty to play. I don't mind that games are getting delayed till next year, because it's not like we don't have enough to play.
Caterwall's Mac, I listened to Sightless playing Returnal the other day, and that seems like a fun game.
That is definitely one of them. I do own it. It's installed on my PS5. I have not gotten around to it yet. And with all the accessibility features in Ratchet coming out on Friday, I have to make time to play that because I want to know. They announced a whole bunch of accessibility features in that game, so I already have Friday off. I took Friday and then...
Are you planning on streaming any of those? So cool.
I don't know. I may or may not. I don't stream a lot. I typically stream on weekends. I just so happen to have today off. Because I have kind of this flex schedule where I can work like I take every other Monday off, so today is the Monday off. But I took this coming Friday and then Monday and Tuesday off because I just wanted to be around for E3 things and do stuff for the channel, do stuff for Twitch. Of course, check out the accessibility features in Ratchet. So yeah, it really depends. I mean, I'm for sure going to do a video on it. Whether I stream it, I don't know. I don't typically stream like full playthroughs of games. Like I'll stream, you know, playing one for a while, or you know, especially if it's like a super long game. I don't really have time to, you know, it's not my full-time gig or anything like that, but you know, if I'm in the middle of a game or going to start a game that sounds interesting, I will stream it. I usually stream on weekends, like I said, but let's see, I think we got the main bottom part of this pond. Do we have the rocks around it? Is there anything I missed before I go to that bottom pool? Is there anything I missed with these rocks? Oh, there's something. But yeah, WWDC, the Mac, I didn't pay too much attention to that because I don't really use a Mac all that much, aside from a tiny bit at work when I got to show it to people, but definitely more of a Windows person. Looking forward to the Windows event on the 24th, by the way. Curious to see what the new Windows thing is going to be. Very curious to see what that's going to be. Okay, I think there's still probably one thing that I'm missing because you think that would have chimed. Oh, no, okay, we got... Oh, this... Okay, let me get up here. No, come on. Let me get up here and crouch.
I wonder if this is also how dentists feel when cleaning teeth.
Yeah, I don't know. So there's... Oh, that's not the rock. When I was crouching, I think that was part of some... Okay, that was actually part of the roof of that swing set off in the distance there. I was seeing that as part of the rock. Okay. I think that's what I saw. I don't think... Unless... Sometimes you don't know how they count some of this, because you might have one thing where it'll count like a small area, and then they'll have another thing where it'll be like, oh, the whole thing. So these big rocks around this top little pond thingy, I don't know if that's going to count like some of these other rocks too. We'll just keep cleaning, who cares? If I don't get 100%, whatever. Doesn't matter. I'm in free play anyway, because I've already beat this, but I just figured I'd do something that I've done before, because I'm stuck on the campaign ones. I can show you that in a little bit. There we go, see? Now we got this ching. Got that chime going. So we got that rock. There we go. So that whole top thing is good now. Let's get under this thing here. I know there's a lot more. I'm just blanking right now. WWDC. I'm blanking on what else they really talked about. Like I said, there was a lot of health, some HomeKit stuff. I haven't really used a lot of that. Oh, one good thing that they should have done years ago, in my opinion, you're actually finally going to be able to use dictation offline, and some Siri features offline. I just wish they would actually make Siri halfway intelligent, because she's he, she, whatever voice you have there. Siri's kind of dumb. Google seems to be way smarter. Even Cortana's pretty good. But I wish I could, speaking of Cortana, I wish I could use the Cortana voice as a text-to-speech. Microsoft really needs to open that up. They need to open that up so that we can use Cortana's voice as text-to-speech for narrator, NVDA, that kind of a thing. I would really like that. That would be cool. Alright, I think our pond is done. We got our pond. I think everything is pretty much good there. Now we just got to work on this wall on the other side of these wooden things. What do you call those things, those diagonal gate things? Are they trellises? Is that the word for them? But, yeah, what else? Just trying to think of interesting things to chat about while I just chill and pressure wash things. Or power wash, as they call it. If I think of more Apple things, I'll blurt them out. But I think those are the ones that that stood out to me, anyway. Those are the ones that stood out to me that I want to take a look at. But even the accessibility stuff that they announced last week, some of that stuff sounds really cool. More image support for voiceover users, the whole controlling your watch just by like gestures, that's pretty rad. I kind of want to see what that does, because I do have an Apple Watch Series 4, so it'll be kind of fun to check that out. But yeah, I'm just looking forward to the rest of this week. It's going to be super busy. Tomorrow at work I've got a couple of meetings, which is fine. Wednesday so far is pretty open, but who knows how much crap I'll have to come back to in my inbox tomorrow, with today being off. But Thursday, I'm not even going to be able to catch. I was going to co-stream the Summer of Gaming thing, but I can't do it live. I'll probably do a later stream or video for it later that day, but the reason I can't is because I'm also going to be attending on the 10th, Thursday, the second, I think it's second annual, maybe third, the second time I've been there, XR Access Symposium. XR Access being virtual and augmented reality. And I learned about them during one of the
Caterwauls Mac.
Zoom.
Whoa.
Yeah, I know, right? And I desperately want something to, like, I want some good news out of that, because I've been using VR since the original Rift came out, and I gotta be honest, I'm kind of frustrated, because pretty much any platform, Oculus, Steam VR, has done, like, they've talked about it a little bit here and there, but they haven't done jack for accessibility. So, like, the dashboards in the headsets themselves are very difficult to use, to say the least. And I just want some, like, even if it's not perfect, just give me something. Which Oculus would unbreak their voiceover accessibility in their iOS app. It used to work great, and then about a year ago they broke it, and voiceover does not work super well with it at all anymore. And I reported that to them, but they have not done a thing about it. So using my Quest is a little difficult at the moment. But yeah, so I'm glad that XR Access, this organization, I'm so glad it exists, and I've met some great people throughout the last year. I've gotten to help out with last year's symposium. I'm not on a panel or anything this year, but I did help with one of the sessions last year. But yeah, I want, because VR, when it works, it is amazing. And it's not just for gaming, you know? A lot of people just say, well, it's just VR games and whatever, but there's some of my favorite experiences, honestly, have been educational or experiences that have focused on, like, exploring an area or like a virtual documentary. There's been some awesome ones on the Rift and the Quest. If you're into that kind of a thing, I would highly recommend, I don't remember what the company's name is, but just look up, like, Apollo 11 VR. They did one on Apollo 11, naturally. They did one after that on the Titanic, which was really fascinating. I gotta grab a drink of water myself here for a second. Hang on. There we go. Much better. But yeah, so those two were really good. There's an interactive one called, on the space front again, there's another one called Mission ISS. It is free, and it's pretty rad, because you literally can use your motion controls, your touch controllers, and you can explore the International Space Station in 0G. So, like, you have the little, like, thruster things that you can use if you want to move that way, but if you want to, you can literally, like, use your hands, grab the side of the, grab the handles or grab the walls and, like, propel yourself forward in 0G, and, like, it's awesome, but it's also so easy to get disoriented because you're in 0G, and, like, one minute you're on the wall, 1 minute you're on the ceiling or the floor. So you kind of have to have it doesn't bother me at all, but, like, you have to have kind of a good, strong stomach for it. So if you get motion sick in VR, that one might be, I would just say, tread in with caution if you're susceptible to that kind of a thing. But there's just been other ones, like, I can't even remember the names of them, but there's just been other really good educational. I have a playlist on my channel of just educational VR things that I've encountered and just done spotlights for. So if students start using this type of thing in class, I don't want blind people to get, and visually impaired people to get left behind again. You know, anytime there's a new technology, we always have to play catch up, and that's why I dove into VR as early as I did, is because I wanted to sort of be a voice that could say, hey, you guys are already still trying to figure out your standards and, you know, locomotion and interface and comfort and everything, and I kind of wanted to be like, hey, let's take a look at this accessibility stuff too, and if you're making standards, can we bake this in so we don't have to bolt it on later? And sadly, that has not gone super well. I mean, a lot of people say, oh yeah, that's a great idea, but then, like, nothing has really been, like, either implemented or, I don't know, just like the right people aren't getting the message, I think, or something, because, like I said, Xbox, PS5, even the Switch, it doesn't have any text-to-speech, but at least it has Zoom. Accessibility on VR? Nothing. Which is kind of, especially after 5-6 years now, not gonna lie, it's a little disappointing, a little frustrating. So I haven't been using my headsets near as much the last year or two. I have here and there. I need to get around to it again, but I'm just like, well, if you're not gonna progress forward, what incentive do I have to keep investing in your platform? You know, I mean, I love my Quest, I love my Rift, don't get me wrong. But it would just be so much better if we had some more accessibility. Okay, this grill is hard to... I remember the first time I did this, there's this stupid little like gas valve or something up here that you can't really see, but there was something that it was not getting, and I was trying to get the 100% on there. Okay, so we got that part, but I think we still got to make that propane tank. We got to make it chime. So let me use let's use the spinny thing and see if we can't just there we go, brute force it. See, I didn't even see where that dirt was, I just aimed all around it and seeing what we got. Okay, so that is clean. We got our pond, we got our path, we need our car, little toy car, our swing, our lawnmower, and our shed. These won't take too long, and we'll see if I can actually get 100%. And then I'll end by, maybe I'll show you kind of where I'm at in the career. I'll show you, it's like how frustrating. It's like, oh, I'm so close. There's like one speck somewhere that I can't find. But we're going to clean our little toy car. I always wanted one of these as a kid, but they were expensive. Some of them were like pedal, but some of them actually had little motors on them. I remember there was we had a store around us called TSC, and they had one like this, but it was Bigfoot, the monster truck, and I was like I don't know how old I was, but I was young. I was like, oh, I want that so bad. I wanted to drive around our yard in a Bigfoot car, a little monster truck. That would have been so cool. I remember wanting that so bad. Alright, gotta clean the bumper. I should be able to just use this bigger attachment here. Get a little more. Let's see, let's do this. Get these mirrors, the windshield. Come on. There we go. Okay, we got that. I think we got to get a little more on the seat here. Alright, I think we've got the car. Should be totally clean now. I think we got the outside, we got the inside. Should be good. Let's do the lawnmower real fast, because it shouldn't take long, I hope. Got to get the handles, got to get the bag, motor. I said this shouldn't be as... You think this would be boring. You totally think this would be boring, but it's actually not. There's just something oddly relaxing about this. Did you ever play, if you're into this, did you ever play House Flipper before? I got sucked into that last year. I don't remember who turned me on to it, but that was really kind of fun, because you would clean and renovate houses, and you could kind of decorate them with everything, and I spent far too many hours last summer playing House Flipper. And they have, actually it was just released, I think, like a week or two ago. I haven't even looked at it yet. They have Castle Flipper now. It's like a medieval version, which just sounds ridiculous, but I kind of want to play it. So again, I'm always looking for, if you have any other suggestions, I'm always looking for great games where, like, you know, I don't really have to hear the audio so much, or I can lower like what I'll do is I'll lower the volume of this pretty low to where it's, you know, I can hear the little chimes or something, but I'll mirror my phone to my computer, and then I can listen to podcasts or audiobooks in my headset. But I like to just do something else while I listen to those types of things, so if you have any suggestions for just kind of zen games that, like, you know, kind of like this, or House Flipper, or there was another one that I played earlier this year. It was a freebie on Steam. Oh, what was it called? Island Saver, I think? And that was a really goofy game. A friend of mine told me about it. Thanks, Chris. He got me addicted to that game for a good probably 2-3 weeks until I beat it. But that was... And it was sort of like a... It was a fun little game, but it was sort of educational, because it was kind of... You could tell it was sort of meant for little kid or younger kids. But anyone could enjoy it, because it had this whole sort of recycling thing where basically you were cleaning up these environments. There was like a foresty one, a snowy one, desert, but you would clean, you know, all this garbage and just clean things, and then, but they went further with it, like, certain things cost coins, and then when you earned money, you still had to pay a little bit of it for taxes, so it was kind of like an introduction to, you know, things like taxes and stuff for if you were younger and didn't know about those types of things. But you had all these goofy little creatures that, like, you would clean these areas, and they would have these fruit plants and trees.
Caterwauls Mac, that's handy.
Yeah, and like the creatures, they would want certain fruits of these trees, so you had to clean the environment, and then like once they did, and you planted these trees and they started to grow, or these plants, then the animals would come in and then they would want certain types of food, and then that's how you sort of completed the areas. So I mean, it was, you know, kind of had a little educational spiel to it, but it was just, again, another relaxing game like this. You're just wandering around and cleaning and planting, and all these little critters were really amusing too, because they were, again, it was just this like really, I don't know if I want to say cutesy, but kind of a deal. And like all the animals were, they were kind of like piggy banks. So like when you fed them enough, then you would get money, and they would just spew out all these coins, kind of like piggy banks. So it was just sort of this amusing little game that my friend cued me into. So I got hooked on that for a while. But if you know of any other ones that might be good to check out, that would be good podcast / audiobook games, let me know. Because I just think that would be I'm always looking for more content like that. So we're working on our shed. I think we got 3 sides fairly well done. But yeah, as of E3, I'm trying to think, what would I mean, I did a video on it earlier this weekend, kind of a, like, oh my god, there's events everywhere in June, kind of a thing, events galore. I really want to know what Nintendo's going to do. I mean, you know, there's rumors of new hardware, but I don't know. Part of me wouldn't mind a more powerful Switch so that the load times would be better frame rates, but we can't get systems the way we have now. So that's all I mean, I want to upgrade my computer rig here at some point, but I don't need just a video card, like, because all the sockets and things, I think I'm going to build a new rig in general, and I want to get a 3080, and I want everything to be SSD as far as game drives go, because I have an SSD for my primary, but I don't have my games drive itself. Is it's still spinning, so it's a little slower. And I've seen the performance on like the PS5, like Spider-Man Miles Morales, this open world game, it literally loads in like 2 seconds. It's insane. It's insane. So it's like, yeah, I want that on my computer. So my next computer rig is going to be expensive as hell to get, mainly because of the video card and the storage, but like I said, you can't find anything now. Everything's out of stock. These stupid crypto miners. So I think the window is good, but I don't think there's something on the frame that is not clean yet. But I don't see any orange. Oh, wait a minute. I don't see any orange. See, I'm pretty sure. Let me use this other one here just to make sure. Let's do a sweep of the frame again. But, and I've thought about getting a Series X, but again, you can't find those either. And, you know, I mean, I've got Game Pass, and I would get most of this stuff on PC Game Pass, but it's getting to the point where, like, some of the major games, like if they're, you know, especially ones that are going to come out in the next 12 months, they're going to require some beefy hardware and ray tracing and whatnot. So, you know, when Halo Infinite comes out, I really want to know. It's probably not going to be for a while, but I'm interested in the Fable game. I really want that to be good, because Fable 2 was amazing. I love Fable 2. 3 wasn't as good, but yeah, I really like the Fable games. Perfect Dark, I really want that to be good. I did not like Perfect Dark Zero too much, but oh, let me go grab this stool really fast, because I'm going to try to get this. The roof will be easier to do that way. Okay. Actually, it's really not that much. Oh, yeah, it should be enough. No, don't slide. See, the problem is you get on these stools, and like you stand there, but you got to be just perfect or something, because you just slide off. Alright, I'm gonna... Let's try this, see if... Ooh, can it reach the top? Okay, we got that. There we go. And I think we just need the other side, and I think we should be done with the building, hopefully. No, get on the stool, you stooge. Yeah, I mean, this week is going to be definitely one of my favorite weeks of the year. Just all these gaming announcements and whatnot. I think my true favorite event of the year, though, now is I really look forward to the Game Accessibility Conference every year now, especially since they've started streaming it online, which they didn't do the first few years, but starting in the European Conference 2019, I think is when they started. Actually, you know what? I think I've got a hell of a vertical leap. I think I can... Oh, come on, get up. Oh, come on. You're like stuck on the lip of the roof, but you can't... There we go. Okay, now we got this. Okay, what... Let's see, what did I miss? What did I... Because the roof is not... It is not chimed yet. Oh, no, then he fell off. Let's see, where do I see... orange? See, I don't really see any, I don't think. There's some little... Oh, wait. Oh. Look at that. Look at that. Right underneath. If you just didn't notice that, there's little specks of it everywhere, but it's probably something like that I'm missing on one of the other levels. I wish they didn't make it so you had to be perfect to unlock some of these later levels. Because originally you didn't have to. You could get, like, you'd get 50, 70, 80% through and be like, oh, hey, we got this new job for you. But the last one or two, I've had to get 100% before the next one unlocked. So it seems a little punishing as far as, like, you got to be perfect. And sometimes when you can't, literally can't see the little... Ah, okay, here we go. You can't see literally the little speck that you missed. It's like, you know what, it's 99% clean, get over it. You want it cleaner, you can climb up there with a ladder and clean it yourself, buddy. Alright, so we got the roof. I think I think our shed is now done. Now we just got to do this. All we have left, I think, is the swing set. So let's see if we can't. Yeah, let's try this one. See how. Oh yeah! Wow, that's just swath through it all. There we go. Actually starting to look a little more respectable. Looks kind of comfy. I like these kind of. I wish I had one of these swings on my concrete slab. I don't have any. I've got a slab, but I don't have any like deck chairs or anything out there because I don't know where I'd put them in the wintertime. But I wish I had. I wish I had some of that. Okay, we got to get these chains too. That's another small part that we got to get. Okay, we got that side. That should be good. Make sure we get all these chains. Come on, chains, ding. What am I missing here? Aha. Okay, I'll go to the back side here in a moment. Let's do the left chain here. Okay, there we go. The left one went. Okay, let me try this right one again. Come on, chain. Why won't you ding? The heck, what little tiny speck am I missing? Because I'm almost certain that it didn't ding yet. Okay, so we'll get the side of this. I'll get the frame in a minute, but I want to get the main seat part done. And I know I do got to go underneath, so I'll get the back here, and then we'll I gotta start talking like Bob Ross. Got a little happy piece of dirt over there. I enjoy a good Bob Ross painting, you know? Such a chill dude, and just the way he could do paintings was... I used to watch that with my grandma at her place. She used to always watch it. And I always thought, I mean, it was a really chill thing, but I always thought it was fascinating. I unironically, I enjoy Bob Ross. Thank you very much. Okay. Get the underside. Okay, yeah, get the underside of this. But, yeah, fun way to start the week. Hope everyone else is having a good start to theirs. This was just a last-minute decision to do a stream. I'm like, thought about doing one today, but I wasn't sure. And then I'm like, yeah, we can talk about Apple, and I feel like playing with the pressure washer, so what the heck, right? I said, we're almost done with this, we're almost done. Well, so we're going to see, once I can get this swing set done, we'll see how close I am to 100% just going through, and then we'll see, like, oh, you didn't get a speck on this one object. Because I'm, I try to get as much as I can. And I try to watch for that yellow, or for that chime. You know, when you get it, you hear the chime and then you see the flash. But we'll see how many I miss. Okay, so oh, there's some stuff underneath there I need to get. I still think I don't quite have that right chain. I don't think... Ah, here we go. I gotta get the inside of the frame. I forgot about that. Okay, the rest of that A-frame. Okay, we got a little piece up there. There might be... Oh, okay, I see some over here we gotta get. But yeah, thanks for tuning in. I wasn't sure if I'd have any viewers today or not. Okay, we got that there. Okay, we got, I think... I still don't think we got this chain. Okay, we got that. We got that. The frame is good. Unless I just didn't see, unless I didn't notice the chain, but I'm pretty sure the chain didn't get... I know this other one on the left did. I know that one. I distinctly remember seeing that one. Oh, we got one up. We got a little bit up there. Okay, I think the underside is done-ish. I just got the roof. Let me go look from the back. Nope. Let's just do a swath under here again. Let's just make a pass. There we go. I think the main thing that I really miss from today's WWDC, though, I really wish they would have, especially the iPad. I mean, if they do it for the iPad, they should do it with the phone too. But I don't know why Apple's so afraid of making, like, I genuinely want just a folder when I connect it to my PC, and not even just a Mac, but like, they have the Files app, so I thought they were going to do something, but they still refuse to just let us copy things back and forth. It's either got to go through iCloud, or you got to do it through iTunes on the PC, and I hate iTunes. It's just yuck. Hate it. That's the one thing I was hoping that they would do. It's like, you know what? Even if you don't have access to the whole device, just designate an area of, a folder of the iPhone, iPad, and then, you can put your subfolders in there. But I want to be able to just copy content back and forth, like, into my Voice Dream Reader app easily, or just any app. I know people are disappointed they don't have the multiple user sharing, that kind of a thing, but yeah. So it'll be interesting to see. So I have the swing set pretty much cleaned. This stupid chain on this side, I don't see anything that's missing. Oh wait, what? It's like a little flicker. All right, you know what? Let's do this. It seems like, I don't know if that's little reflections. Like right there. I don't know if that's a I think that's some stuff. Yeah, see, yeah, that's got to be some weird reflection glitch or something, because I don't think that means it doesn't, you know, it doesn't really flicker orange. It's more of like a, almost like a lighting glitch. All right, let's just do this one more time. So I'm not at 100%, I don't think. So we'll go into our tablet here in just a moment, and we'll see what it thinks I missed. Because we got the lawnmower, we've got that. God, this place used to be just a mess, and now it actually looks pretty livable. Looks pretty clean. Looking pretty good. And like I said, if I was using the original pressure washer that I started the game with, we'd still be probably halfway done. That thing took forever. I wanted to get that, because the pressure on it, even with the better nozzles, it just was not good. So, let's see. Okay, ooh, okay, so we got a few things that we haven't... God, look at how many things there are. I mean, most of them, but honestly... Alright, so... Oh, a parasol? I thought I got that. Okay, well that should be... Oh, okay, I must have... Wow, I really missed a bunch. I wasn't paying attention. Okay, so parasol, that should be easy to get. Lawn edging. Patio trim. Okay. Yeah, and then I got a few up here. Food shelves. What the heck? Where did I miss? Where were those? I don't even remember. Oh, did I not? Did I not do everything? Oh, I didn't even do the front of this grill. Oopsie. Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Okay. I did the back side, and I was trying to concentrate on that, whatchamacallit thing, the propane tank, and then, okay, yeah. Alright, those are easy enough. I can clear those up right away. So these, yeah, we'll do that. That's pretty much what they were talking about. That looks all nice and shiny again. I can try to get... So, nothing in this level is all that, like, stubborn. So I should be able to just take my wide sprayer and just... Okay, there we go. See, there was a trimming one that we missed a speck on, so that's done. So we got that by the flower bed. I'll just double check these real quick. I'll just go around the grill. And then I think that one's done. Okay, so... Oh, did I ever finish... Did I ever finish these trellis things? Thought I did. I'm just going to do a really fast sweep here. Because I know there's some trim stuff. And then the parasol, I got to do the umbrella. I apparently missed a bunch of stuff on that. But where did I miss? Alright, let's look. Oh. Wow, how did I not do the top? Hang on, let me jump on this chair real fast. Oh, I totally forgot to do the top. I did the underside and I didn't do the top of it. This won't take long. Do. There we go. See? Done and done. Now we're shiny. Okay. Parasol's done. What else did we have left? Okay, all of that is done. We had... patio trim. Okay. Patio trim, and then cooking hood. How did... Okay, it must not have been powerful enough. Alright, I gotta spray the hell out of this. Alright, let's take a... Alright, let's... Okay, wow. Yeah, you had to do more pressurize. Okay, that's just so... This stuff was not coming off. Alright, so we gotta do the lid. Apparently something's not... Something's still stuck on this lid still. Let's go around... Oh, hold on. Okay, I missed the... Wow. How... Okay, I'm just totally observant here. Okay, the grill should be done. Yep, grill is done. So the only thing I'm missing... I'm at 98%. I'm some sort of... this patio trim. So I'm not sure which one it is. What I'm going to do is I'm going to... Let's use that one because it's still wide enough. So... Okay, we did that. The flowers here are good. That's done. Patio. So let's do some trim. God, we might be able to 100% this. I might not have done terrible. But I won't speak too soon here because there's that 1%. That's where we are on these other levels that I was on. Couldn't find this one little stupid speck it wanted me to find. So I'm just going to cruise around on these... Oh, it could be these... Let me see the underside here real fast. Because it could be... Let me check the other underside of the stairs real fast. Because oh no, that's right. It's butted against the rocks. Shoot. You're gonna just get me stuck on this last 2%, aren't you? Patio trim. Do they mean these? Let me just make sure. I'll just do a quick skim over these just to make sure. I thought it meant those ground things. The trim on the ground, but I thought maybe... I mean, these are more fence thingies though. Just make sure. Okay, we got trim. Oh man, we're so close. What did I miss? See, this is where, like, in the career part... Oh, wait a minute. That looked darker for a minute, I thought. In the career, I wish that they would just let you be like, okay, you know what, you get 98% close enough, like, or give me something to point me to where it is that you think I missed somewhere. There's some trim there. Let me walk down this path. I know I got the grill side. Okay. Ugh, I'm so close. Really? The only thing I can think of is maybe under... Did I not get something on the underside of this trim here? I don't see any orange. Stupid flowers are in the way. Go away, flowers I can't see. There we go.
Caterwauls Mac. Oh. Flowers.
Yeah. I'm not sure what I missed. I literally...
Wish the totally blind could play this.
I know.
Might need just some sounds to indicate where to clean. That and UI narration.
Yeah, UI narration. The other thing that I think would be a little bit tricky... well, actually, if you had UI narration, you notice in the upper left-hand corner, it tells you... Actually, I should pay attention to that. You know, it'll tell you, it says 99%, but then it tells you, like, when I point at stuff, it tells you, oh, this is wood, or this is stone, or whatever, but it also tells you what it is. So what I was originally going to say was, like, you know, having to look up and down, you know, not just left to right, but if you know, you kind of you have to pay attention to vertical, what's down at your feet, what's above your head. But if you had a thing where, like, you could literally point your controller or the mouse and you could maybe hit like another key to speak those two things, the item and what material it's made out of. This is in early access, and I don't know how much it would take to add like some sort of... I think this is made in, yeah, I believe it's Unity, so I don't know if it would be something that they could... I follow them on Twitter, so maybe I'll see if I can... I'll see if I can... I don't know if they allow DMs. You make a very valid point. I wonder if this could be made to be playable, because you can hit tab and then it brings up, you know, it only brings it up for a short time, but that's what brings up that orange glow. So you, as you're pointing, you could hit tab, and then if it was unclean, you could have it say, you could have it do a tone, and then you could hit another key, and whatever you're pointing at, it could tell you that information in the upper left. But I wish there was some sort of guide. Like I said, there's one stupid ass thing right now. Like I said, we're missing this one thing, this trim. And I don't know which one they're talking about. So like, if I could hit a key and just have like an arrow in the middle of the screen just to be like, hey, you know, go this way, go right or something. I don't know which trim I'm missing. But that's, otherwise we got it perfect. We got it perfect. But I'll just quit out of here. I'm going to go into the career real fast. And even the text isn't super bad. It's actually reasonably sized. So we got a playground here. I'll just go in there real fast. There's 3 levels that I'm so close to finishing, and I don't know. There's one stupid thing, and I don't know. Maybe you can tell what they mean. I'll walk around a little bit. There's an awning, and I don't know what awning they're talking about. So basically, we've got this playground. We got the garbage can. We got our ladder we can take with us. Our stand. We got a little benches we got cleaned. And this place, I mean, you saw what the other place looked like. This was just filthy, covered in grime. It was just black. Um, but you got this big old playground thingy, this like bridges. We had something like this in our local park. It wasn't quite as big, but we had something similar. But we got monkey bars. We got our cool. This is cool. Our little dinosaur slide. I like that. That's pretty cool. That was kind of a pain to clean, but so we got this whole thing. So when they mean, let me show you the tablet real fast. So if I go here, it's literally the first item. What awning would they be talking about? What would you consider to be an awning? I thought it meant like the underside of maybe one of these roofs, but there's multiple roofs. So, but there's only, because if you see on this other thing, you know, it'll be like 2 of 2, 8 of 10, whatever. So if there's more than one, it's one single awning. So what in the hell awning would they be talking about? We got bridges. We got a little climby rock thingy. We've got each one of these towers. We got a little thing that we can spin. Those little spin box things. So what one piece would you consider to be an awning? It's got to be part of the structure. But heck if I know what they're talking about. Do you have any idea? What would you consider to be that one awning? I said I thought it would be something like right up here, but there's multiple roofs, so it's all I'm missing. And I'd be done. Merry-go-round. Any ideas?
A Rinks one. An awning can be a ton of things. Have no clue.
That's the problem. Exactly. So, yeah, an awning could be anything. And I don't, like I said, you can't really see there's probably just one stupid little, because it was like 98% done. So, like, there needs to be some sort of a, when you get down to this nitty gritty here, and there's just this tiny percentage left, I don't know what one awning. I'm trying to look for something where there's like just one of them, because there's three roofs. We got a red, blue, and a green. We got 2 bridges. We have 3, I mean, there's only one monkey bar, but those are monkey bars. They call them monkey bars, I think. Yeah, so I don't know what I'm glad they told me where to look. They told me it's an awning, but I've been in this level like 3 times in the last couple of days, just for a few minutes, and I don't know what they're talking about. There's only one of them. It's right up here. 95%. So I've started cleaning it, and I've almost finished. But hell if I know what it is. And I can't complete the level without it, so that is the one frustrating thing about this game. I love this game. It's super
Big
relaxing.
Boss 871. Hi, Jesse.
Hey, how you doing? Been a while. Yeah, I haven't talked to you in a while. We're exploring a crazy but relaxing game. Probably going to wrap up the stream here pretty soon, but we got a couple people in here, so we can putz around for a little while longer. I'm trying to figure out...
One, so I'm quite excited. Brannon Z got in contact with me the other day, and one thing lead to another, and on Wednesday morning the Microsoft Flight Simulator team wants to discuss blind accessibility with me.
Awesome!
Haven't signed an NDA yet, so I'm sure I can say that much.
Oh, yeah, I wouldn't say any more, but Congratulations. That's awesome. That is so cool. Like, hey, we get to be a blind pilot. Hell yeah, man. That's awesome. Congratulations. I'm definitely not even looking into that until I get a new computer, because that thing would just make my current rig burst into flames, and I like my current rig, so I don't want it destroyed. But I, you know, even though I know I will just horrendously suck at it, I definitely want to check it out. I've watched videos of it. Very, very cool. Yeah, give him heck, man. So if you just joined, well, I'm actually playing a game called PowerWash Simulator. Yes, we get to play.
71. Congratulations. It's a beautiful achievement.
Heck yeah, absolutely. But we are playing with a pressure washer, man. We get to spray and clean stuff. It's just a kind of a chill zen game. We were talking about WWDC earlier, a little bit of E3 stuff coming up this week, and I just almost finished cleaning this backyard, but I was showing people this. There's 3 levels that I'm so damn close to beating, but I can't find the one little speck of dirt that they want. So I don't know what they mean by awning. I genuinely need help figuring out what one thing they consider to be this awning that is 95% done. Let's go down the happy slide.
1. I'm excited about live text and what might happen with screen recognition as a result.
Absolutely. I would be too. Heck yeah. No, that's awesome. That, I mean, for a game as complex as Flight Simulator is, the fact that they're even entertaining making it accessible to blind players is that's fantastic. That's awesome. Definitely keep
71. I miss audio guidance through the washing process or some visual effects too.
We were just talking about that, actually. Yes. I don't know if she's still in there yet. Caterwall Smack. We were talking about that very thing, and this is an early access game, and I think it could be done, because in the upper left corner there's a percentage, and then every time I point at something different, it tells me what that item is, and it tells me what material that surface is. And if I could hit a key to basically have that announced, and then I could hit a button, or there could be like a passive cue to be like, as I'm moving my mouse around or moving my controller around my right analog stick, I'm using the mouse, but like, you know, if something needs to be cleaned, I could, you know, you would hear like a tone or some sort of a sound to indicate that, oh, this surface is dirty. So unless, I'll give people one last chance, if you have any idea what, I'll go to a different level to show you a dirty one, but if you have any idea what they're talking about, what awning, what surface might be this one mysterious awning they're referring to.
Big Boss 871, or even give some good use to Rumble, smiley face.
Oh, Rumble, perfect. You know what? That would probably be even, I would say do it both, because that way you have multimodal feedback. Some people might want audio, some people might not want, especially if you have multiple disabilities. Some people don't like that vibration. But yes, Rumble would be a
Big
perfect
Boss 871.
thing.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, great example. Great. Yeah, why didn't I even think of Rumble? Duh. I follow these guys on Twitter though, so I might, I'll see if they have DMs or something. I might just see if I can instigate and see if that might be something they would be willing to entertain, because this is not a final release. This is in Steam Early Access. I just want to know what this awning is. I've looked at this level like 3-4 times and I have no freaking clue. I need like a key where I can hit an arrow and it'll point me in the direction, go here. Here's the nearest dirty area. because I genuinely don't know what they're referring to. All right, so let's go back into, I'm going to go into, well, I'll show you, let's go back to my Campagan. And so this house here, this is another one where I'm so close to beating it. And I'll show you a really dirty place here too soon, but I think I have like some gutters and something else. I forget. There's like a couple things in here, but again, this place just used to be super dirty, like everything, the sidewalk, the driveway, got my van over here, but like I can take, you know, the ladder, and then there's only certain places it'll let you put it. So you would have to be, yeah, you'd probably have to indicate where you can put the ladder too, but climb up the ladder, get on the roof, clean all this stuff. So it's some of these gutters, I don't know which one is dirty, but I don't see, when I hit tab, it glows orange where I missed a spot.
Big Boss 871, there is some good practices taking advantage of rumble. In open world games it's nice when it rumbles when you get inside the mission area.
Oh, what game was that? What game was that in? That's a cool idea. I know you said open world games, but...
Big Boss 871, more recently Phoenix Rising.
Ah, yeah, I started that. Ubisoft just released way too many open world games. Like I got like open world fatigue or overwhelming because I played a little bit of all three of them last fall. I mean, they're all cool, but I don't have time to invest in so many ginormous. I mean, Valhalla alone, good God, man. People are saying that thing takes like 50 to 100 hours, period. So I don't know. I don't have time. So yeah, there's nothing there. And then there's a gutter up there. I'll show you. Let's go to a level so you can kind of see what it looks like when I don't have everything clean. I'll just go to free play. So let's go to free play.
Big Boss 871, man, that game for me, as a low vision, it's such a piece of effort.
Which one, Valhalla or Immortals? All right, so let's do our van because that's a short one. We'll do our. I'll show you how nasty things are when they start.
Big Boss 871, Phoenix Rising. It's damn good. They went so far.
Oh yeah, I mean, I love all of them have narration. I love the fact that you can read the inventory, your skill trees, all of that stuff. That's bloody fantastic. I love it. But yeah, look at this gnarly van. That's supposed to be that blue van that we had in the other level. I don't know what kind of mud running this guy was trying to do, off-roading they were trying to do, but man, that is a very, very dirty van, if I've ever seen one. So, you know what? We're just going to... Oh, yeah, look at how nice and shiny that is. Let's do the wheel. Okay, we got the hubcap.
And all in combat sounds are a masterpiece. I can know everything before the visual effect appears.
That's great.
One. Valhalla is pretty close for blind players. Navigation assistance only works on roads and rivers though.
Right.
If it worked everywhere it'd be ideal.
Well, the other problem that I had with Valhalla that I remember was you would get to an objective, or you would get to like an area, let's say that you had to go to like a little fort or something to take it over. And there was like one little thing that you had to pick up off the ground or something. The waypoint would get you it would get you to the village or the fort, but it wouldn't get you that last 5% to that thing that is just on the ground that it wanted you to pick up. And there's so many games that are like that, where they get you like in the vicinity, but they don't spell out exactly where the item is. And I get, like, for sighted players, they want people to, like, explore. They want people to...
Big Boss 871, it feels like the objective marker is kind of lost LUL.
Right, exactly. But I mean, I get the fact that, like, oh, they want you to do some work. Otherwise, they want you to do a little bit of searching. But if you literally can't see well enough to where you overlook that kind of a thing, and, like, you can't necessarily always see due to the contrast or what have you, like, if you can't do that, then get out of the way, stool. There we go. Then we do need help just getting that last 5% of the way to that objective. Alright, so let's clean this fancy schmancy hubcap. I figure I'll get all my wheels done first, then I don't have to worry about them. Then I can just mass spray.
I couldn't loot properly, but it has a lot of good things.
Sure. Oh yeah, no, I mean, like I said, I played a bit of it. I got a little ways in to Valhalla, but like I said, I don't have that much time to devote. Like, I really want to play the Mass Effect trilogy again in this remaster. I have it, but when am I going to get around to playing
Big Boss 871, yeah, I reviewed it, but to play, I couldn't.
Well, exactly. Like, I might be able to play it enough to get a spotlight video done for it, but I would love to play through the trilogy again, but realistically, do I have time? I mean, that's why I love some of these, like, shorter, like, everyone complains, oh, game, I want a lot of game for my money. I would rather have a 3-hour game that is just, every minute is, it's there, it's good. Like, I'll take a 3-hour game that's just jam-packed and memorable over a 50-hour game that wants me to repeat the same 5 tasks ad nauseum. I'll take that any day of the week. I mean, don't get me wrong, I love games like Skyrim or Oblivion or Fallout 3, Fallout 4, but like I said, a lot of the Ubisoft games, I love what they're doing with accessibility, but they're almost formulaic in a way. It's like, oh, climb the tower, do the 800 fetch quests. There's only so many times I really want to do that. I mean, they are fun, don't get me wrong, but okay, we got to get the mirror here. There we go, we got the mirror done. Let's get the other one just for symmetry's sake. Okay. I think the windows are separate from the body of the van, so I got to make sure that those are clean. But yeah, this is basically...
Boss 871, I like both ideas. For me is more about how fun it is even doing repetitive things.
Oh yeah, I mean, like I said, this game should be, like, if you just told somebody, and even if I were to, on the surface, this game sounds boring as hell. Oh, you're taking a pressure washer and you're methodically cleaning an entire backyard or a van or a house or whatever? That sounds boring in theory, but if you make the task engaging, or, in this case it's kind of relaxing and just whatever, this is a great podcast game. I listen to podcasts. I listen to audiobooks. I got through quite a few books in the last couple of weeks just playing this. So, I mean, this game should be boring.
Big Boss 871, I'm a huge fan of The Division. I played hundreds of times same mission in higher difficulties.
Sure. That's a game that I always meant to get around to, and I just never did. I never got around to The Division 1 or 2. Oh, is the door separate from the rest of the body?
871. The gameplay feels amazing to me. I love everything about it.
The main thing that concerned me about that game was having to go through all the loot again. You know, you're always picking up loot and trying to read all the text, and like I get tired of that, especially if the text is really small. If you like The Division, I would try Outriders. I really enjoyed what I played of that earlier this year. It's kind of got a similar sort of... Oh, right, okay, that window is clean.
Big Boss 871. Yeah, I would feel the same way, but I found a way of making the background totally black.
Oh, did they have a certain setting for that, or... Because that would help.
Big Boss 871. To go through all the inventory, man.
Yeah, I mean, was there like a setting that you could make so the inventory and everything would be all the way black? Because that would help.
Big Boss 871. You face your back on any wall. You press escape and you're good to go.
Oh, I see. Okay, yeah, I've used tricks like that before. Okay. Now that's smart. Yeah, hey, work with what you got. Work with what you got, for sure. Okay, so what don't I have cleared on the side here? Because we got the front door. I think...
Big Boss 871. Sometimes you just need to face a darker place to read better.
I've done that in many games, actually, especially ones that have transparent backgrounds on their user interface. I've done that a lot. Okay, well, I'm assuming this... I'm just going to clean the back of this and hope that that's part of what they want me to... And what it'll... Okay, we got the tail lights. Almost getting the doors here.
Big Boss 871.
Boom.
Dude, I'm so excited about Far Cry 6. Looks like a charm to me.
Yes, and they have done, all of their stuff has text-to-speech in it for menus and stuff too. I can't really say any more, but... Okay, so I've got the back door. Alright, where was that stool? Okay, that was on the other side. I'm gonna... Oops. I'm gonna climb up. I gotta get the roof. Oh, wow. God, this is a gnarly roof. There's dirt. Looks like bird crap everywhere. The other thing that I noticed that this game doesn't have is... If I were smart, like if this was really realistic, you would have to clean the top stuff first, otherwise the dirt would roll down and make everything below it dirty. But it doesn't really matter. This one you just clean whatever, and as long as the surface is clean, it's clean. This one we got a success, 100%. So that's what's supposed to happen. You see a little time lapse here. Nice and shiny. A blue car, or a blue van. Let's see. Let's go... I'll go to the last level here. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, no, never mind. I thought there was like a new level. So, the playground... The house, And this one I just unlocked the other day, and I'm very close on this one too, but there's what I think 2 things left. There's like some sort of window frame and some kind of I forget, some sort of, I think, wooden edging or something. I gotta look and see what it says. It's so frustrating because I'm so close to completing all 3 of these levels, and I just can't find what I need. So if I go to details, here's where it shows you, and I look down the far left or far right column, and on the, oh wait, am I down to 1? Did I clear? Yeah, okay, so I'm down to 1 thing. Window frames, 9 of 10. I swear to God, I've looked at every window frame a half a dozen times or more, and I can't see any orange anywhere when I hit tab. So there's some little tiny piece of grit that I can't see, and that's all I need to do to complete this stupid level. So we've got 1, 2, 3, no windows there, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, where's 10? Did I count? 1, 2, 3, 3 on the front side of the house, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Oh, quit it. Get around.
Big Boss 871, there is a window on the roof in front of the house.
Right, I was counting that one. Okay, would you get out of the... Ugh. It won't let me escape this stupid ladder area here. Okay, there we go. Because there's none on this side. There's the chimney. Okay, there's that one. There's 10. But I've found... I don't see any orange on any of them. I've been around them. And they said frames, right? Frames. So, and I'm assuming they also think of the little middle parts as frames too. So I've been looking at those as well. I gotta look at the sides because sometimes it'll be like a little speck that's kind of in between the frame and the wall. And it's hard to see because you got this little shelf ledge thingy underneath the window. And so if I crouch, I can't really see it too well, especially if it glows, because this shell is sticking out further and you can't really see in between the shelf and the window. So I just kind of spray the crap out of it anyway. I'll do one more look. Let me grab the ladder. And unfortunately, you can't just stand on the roof because he slides everywhere. But if I hit tab on this window, I don't see any orange anywhere on this frame. I don't know unless you do somewhere. See, like I can't just stand up here because he slides down. Quit it! So I kind of just have to let myself slowly slide and then keep tapping the up arrow to... very weirdly shaped windows too. They're not even. You can tell they're sort of like funny shaped. So I don't think it's either one of those. I don't see anything. We've got the one up there, the round one. I don't see any orange. And there's those little dark sections, that's just the wood. Because I sprayed the crap out of them. I've sprayed all around this, the center, the outside. But I don't see any orange when I hit tab. So it's not that window. We got this one up here. That one's the hardest one to get because it's on this steep angle, and you can't put a ladder right here. You can only put it in certain places. So the only thing I can really do is get on the roof elsewhere and then come down. But it's so steep, it's really hard to stay steady. So I can't, there's no window there. That's just the chimney. But if I put one right here, then I can climb up. Get up there, you stooge. Alright, so, no, quit falling. I don't see any... So I don't think it's that window either. Okay. Well, let's go down and look at this one down here. I'm hitting tab. I don't see any orange.
Big Boss 871, maybe the door?
I don't think that there's no window on it. It's just a solid. We got a door knocker. We got some big metal pieces. There's no window there. And when I went around the house, I counted all the windows. So I'm going to do one final pass around the rest of this house, and then we'll probably wrap the stream up after that. But if you see any speck, let me know. I'm going to, just slowly kind of look around, even in the middle on these frames. But yeah, having some sort of an arrow to point you toward the nearest dirty spot could be really helpful, especially when you're down to the wire like this and all you've got is like that last 2% of something to clean. I mean, I can climb the ladder a little bit and I can look down and look at the top of the frame here. But I don't see any orange. Let's look at this one before I move the ladder. I don't see anything. Could be in a corner. Could be... Yeah, I don't see anything. Climb up again and look at the top here. don't see any orange. We got the one up here. So it can't be that one either. I've sprayed. I don't see any orange anywhere. Do you? That one looks clean. We got one over here.
Big Boss 871. No. Laughing face.
It's so frustrating because, like, it's just, you know, there's just that one little tiny piece that you need. Looking at the corners. Don't see anything. Oh,
Big Boss 871. Wash everywhere again. It's the only solution ATM that I can remember. LUL.
Every time I visited this level again, like I said, I've come back to it a couple times. That's exactly what I've done. But it's just no matter what I do, there's just either some tiny speck. I don't know if there's a bug and it's not showing that 2%, or it's not registering the 2%, or I mean, yeah, literally I've done this countless times, you know, just repeatedly. So I think we've got like one or two more on this snow. Oh yeah, we got one up there. I can bring the ladder around. Oh, we got that one too. I can bring it. Let's just double check one more time. Right up here. Orangey, orangey, orange. Get up there. Okay, it landed on the top of the window. There we go. That's not supposed to happen, but hey, we'll take advantage of it. So yeah, I don't see anything there either. I'm just waiting for that last ching to go ding, and then I'm like, yay! I can't. I really wish there was a way to stabilize yourself on the roof. Because otherwise you cannot see in between this stupid shelving and this. So there we go. That's all the high windows except for that one right there. This is the last window. Do I see any orange? And you can't climb the ladder on the other side of the window. So yeah, this is sort of where I'm stuck. on this stupid level here. But, I mean, overall, I love the game. It's just nice and relaxing. It's a great thing to play while you're listening to something else. But, yeah, it's just when you get to, like, the last 2 to 3% of a level, it's super frustrating. Because if you miss something and you had to go back, and, like, they give you somewhat of a hint. They tell you in the tablet what it is, but, well, which one? Or, like, in that... awning example, I still have no freaking clue what they're talking about when they say awning. But yeah, that is, like I said, talked a little bit about E3 and WWDC a little bit earlier. It wasn't a comprehensive chat about WWDC because hard to remember every little thing, but you know, some of my highlights of it anyway.
Yeah, it may be a bug.
Yeah, I don't know. Because unless, like I said, I mean, granted, I'm legally blind, yes, but I usually, you know, especially going around a few times, 2, 3, 4 times, like, you think I would pick up on it eventually, but I don't see jack. I've been on these, like, all these windows, and I feel like I can't, like I said, earlier in the game, like, you would get through part of a level and then you would be notified about a future job, but I don't know.
Boss 871, think about a well-cleaned frame LUL.
Yeah. I don't know, like, early in the game, like, you could get certain percentage of the level done and then you would get notified, hey, there's a new job opened up, but the only way that I unlocked, this particular one is I got 100% on something else. So if there are additional levels, I don't know how many there are. It's seeming like you have to get perfect before you can unlock anything, and so I don't know if there's any more to unlock or how many sites there are to cover. But if there are, I can't unlock them because I'm literally, there are 3 levels right here. We got the playground, we got that house with the gutters, and I think something else, and then this guy, and no more have unlocked. These are all the ones that I have done. I did the van, I did the backyard, did that house, the weird boot house, that's a weird looking thing. The house boot. We got the, oh yeah, the motorcycle, the dirt bike, and then the golf cart. So we might be getting down to it. Like I said, this is early access, so I might have just played through the vast majority of it already, but still I should be able to complete. I would like to be able, the other thing too is you can't unlock these in free play until you get 100%. So if I wanted to go back and play any of these, like I wanted to go back and let's say try the playground again, I can't do it in free play until I 100% it in the career mode. So if I go to free and go to locations, I can only do the ones, because these are ones I've completed. So I think that's where we are going to wrap it up, though, because I just spent the afternoon chilling, talking about tech and games, and doing some virtual power washing. So I will be back later this week for sure, because we do have all of these Summer of Gaming and E3 events the rest of this week. And then I can also, one of these times, talk about the XR Access Symposium that I will be attending on Thursday. So, yeah, eventful week. Should be fun. But I'll try to stream what I can for some of these announcements and events and whatnot, and so you probably will see quite a few more streams, more than usual, in the next week or so. But thank you to everybody for stopping by, Had some fun conversations.
Big Boss 871, GG man,
Yeah.
you're a washing machine, smiley face.
Yeah, exactly. Definitely relaxing though. I like I said, you think it would be boring, but it's actually oddly satisfying, oddly just relaxing. So, but yeah, good to talk to you again. I haven't talked to you. I know we talked quite a few times there for a little while, and then
Big
I
Boss
kind of
871. Sometimes we just want something chill.
exactly. I'm always open to more games like this. Like I said, I played way too many hours of House Flipper last year. But especially games where you don't really have to hear much of the audio and you can listen to books and podcasts and things like that. So I'm always open to more things like that. But yeah, good talking to you again. I know, like I said, I was not streaming much at all for probably a good month or two. I was kind of burnt out a little bit, had some stuff going on, and just was not in the streaming mood, but kind of getting back into it again. So I will try to. And there wasn't really anything like, I don't really necessarily want to play every game on camera. So, it just depends if there's like what catches my interest, what seems like it might be fun to play for people, and something where I won't totally get stuck all the time and
Big
embarrass
Boss
myself too
871.
badly.
It's always nice to have you on Twitch, man. I always watch when I can.
Oh, no doubt. I mean, glad to have you here. It's fun. I know our time zones are quite a bit different. What time is it there, actually? Because, yeah, it's like, it's 4:55 right now here, p.m., so I know you're at least, what, 6, 7 hours?
10 p.m.
Okay, yeah, okay, I was about right, okay. 5, 6 hours, okay. So, anyway, we will wrap up the stream here. Thank you to everybody stopping in. Hope you guys had fun, and look forward to more stuff in the near future. All kinds of who knows what gaming announcements we're going to get. I'm hoping we're generally going to get some surprises that we don't actually know about already. So stay tuned for that. And you can follow me right here on Twitch, twitch.tv/illegally-cited. At BGFH79 on Twitter. I announce there when I go live. illegally-cited.com, and on youtube.com/illegally-cited as well. So until next time, thanks a lot, everybody, and we'll chat with you guys again later.